Hey, just realizing what I got with the men on the money. I know I got Andrew Jackson, and of course Abe Lincoln and George Washington. See, let me show you. This is Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson. See how happy he looks. It's a nice picture of Andrew Jackson. I like looking at him. I like this money. I found this in my pocket. I had washed my pants, and I was flat broke. So I went outside to take a cigarette break, and I felt something in my pocket. I said, it feels like money, so it's got to be money. I said, I'm telling me, I washed it when I washed the clothes, and I didn't know it was in my pocket. And sure enough, I found this. One Andrew Jackson. He's so good. I read his autobiography. He rescued his wife, Rachel, and he was so in love with her, treated her like a lady. Because her husband was abusive, her first husband. But they had, checked this out, they had an affair while she was married to her abusive husband. She eventually left him, and Andrew married her. And the rest was history. And he lived a long time. He died of congestive heart failure or something like that. And he beat a man up while he was president for stepping to him. Andrew wasn't a joke. He was a real man. He grew up in an orphanage. He was in 14 years old in a war. So, the man's smart. And he didn't need his family. He didn't have his family, but he had love and he had God and he was smart. So, that's Andrew. And I found two of these in the pocket too. Washington, George Washington. I forgot most of his autobiography that I read. Andrew stood out with me and Abe Lincoln. But George is not wicked. He looks happy too. Look at him. Look at that look he look at. He can see, the dad can see. George can see me as I speak. I like his hairdo, that bob. That's nice. Not a bad looking man, none of them. He's 1400 since Phyllis Wheatley was writing when he was in office because she speaks on him in one of her poems. So that's what keeps me thinking about George Washington, Phyllis Wheatley, the poet. She's an African American poet. She was a slave and she was sold to the Wheatley family, and she learned to read and write. The girl was bad to be a slave. She could write her poems. So I admire her writing, her talent rather. So that's that one. And here's another one. So that's two. So that's Jackson and Washington. I don't have any age on me, but guarantee once I break that 20, there's gonna be some Abe Lincolns. And then I'm gonna invite me a cardboard poster, a human size of cardboard sculpture, human size of Abe Lincoln, and put it in my house because I light up when I see Abe Lincoln for some reason, because it reminds me that I'm free. Free to be me, free to write, free to read, free to accomplish things, free to live life abundantly, happy, joy. It reminds me of all of that. Besides Christ and Jesus, how he worked to him in mysterious ways, because he still was a slave owner, but he wasn't for slavery, according to the biography. In one book I read, and I hope it's true. It seemed to be true. He signed it, and he married an uppity lady named Mary Todd, and she had money. I think her family was in the Rockefellers. Her family, I don't know if they put that Trenton House up on Abe or what, but Abe signed that paper, so that's all that matters. When I think of Abe, that's what I think about. The Emancipation Proclamation, how he signed the proclamation, emancipated the slaves. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this job today and be free to do this video and read and write and comprehend and learn. But I comprehend because Phyllis said that was 14th century, 1400s. So I don't know everything about slavery. I wasn't here. I came in 68, but I put two and two together and used my wits to kind of use some common sense and figure some stuff out. But I just thank God for the freedom today. Peace. I love you, Leah. I love you, Leland. That's one reason I'm so grateful, Leland and Leah, for that signature on that proclamation, emancipated. I'm so happy about that. The emancipation of that, because I can enjoy Leland, Everett, Massenberg, and Leah Latrice Massenberg, my grandbabies. And the daughters, Latia Maria and Rashida Latrice. and myself, Tiny Industries, and hey, can't ask for a better lifestyle to lead. Because I'm just choose free to smoke weed or free not to smoke it. Oh, so it's just how it goes. Peace, love, and hair grease. This jam, gel, hair jam, but it's not holding down like I thought it was. Still coming, curling back up. See, my jam, my hair gel, it's a form of gel, hair gel. But anyway, it's enough. I'm gonna read on some Andrew and Lincoln and Washington.